Hello, good morning. Welcome to this first session, to this first video class on the repair of fuel injection systems, or fuel injection systems repair for, of course, for diesel engines. This class, or this subject is part of the specialization on heavy trucks mechanics. My name is Cesar Cárdenas. I am the instructor in charge of this class. I'm a mechanical engineer and a magister in mechanical engineering. This is a study case we're going to go over during this class, this presentation. This study case study is called failure analysis of diesel engine fuel pumps. So the idea of this case study is to go over some potential failures that can come up, when dealing with this kind of diesel engine fuel pumps. So we're gonna go over this case study. This is based on research work, of course, and we're gonna first. I wanna show you first the components that fail during this. During the operation of this fuel pump. So we have here in this first analysis, this first slide that analyze actually the failure modes of the components of this diesel engine fuel pump. We have here the original fail. On the left side, right here, on the right side, you have the original component in a good condition and the faulty component. So we have here the original and fail can play. This is part of the fuel pump in the fuel pump transmitting system. So this is the original and the faulty, or the fail component. And here we have the drive shaft, the original one and the fail component. It's kind of broken right here, right? So this is the failure mode analysis. For this analysis, a very interesting and very important method of analysis was applied, and this is the priority or risk priority number. Right, so we're gonna go over that because in this study, that kind of failure analysis mode was applied. Here we have other components that failed in this fuel pump. We have the original, the right here, and again the faulty component. This is the rotor plate, right? The rotor plate component of the fuel pump, and here we have the pressure control valve, the original one, and the fail component. Right, so it's the same, but this is the one that looks how it looks, and there is actually an arrow here pointing the component and the faulty part of the component. Actually, the whole component is broken, is damaged, right? But the same here, but you can see kind of rusting, oxidation, and stuff like that. Here, folks, maybe can be caused with humidity, but things like that. But here we have an analysis of the potential failure that I'm gonna show you those later on a different slide. Then we have here on the next slide the failure codes results. I'm gonna make this bigger right here. Okay, I think it's better there. We have here the fuel components that we have in this graph. We have here on this horizontal line, we have the components, and the occurrences, right? The frequency of occurrences, and here we have something that is called the risk priority number, right? And this is a method to analyze, the duty cycle, actually the life cycle of a component, right? In this case, on this fuel pump or part of a diesel engine. So here we have, for example, the lever bulge can plate. Remember that this one is shown on the previous slide. These part rollers, adjusting plug, the body, shim, drive shaft. We saw it. We checked before the previous slide. TD piston, lever shaft, solenoid, simple light pump, etc. Pressure valve, spring, and all the same. The same components are right here, are listed here. This is the name of the component, number of times the component failed, right? A number of times the failure was detected. To be able to calculate, to compute that risk priority number, so it's necessary to multiply all this right? We're going to show you that in a different slide. So we have here that, for example, let's check this one, the template. I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm not used to it, but the template is right here. Template right there. But this is the original one, as I showed you before, and the failed one. And here we can see that the template failed 19 times, you know, and the time the 9 times then the failure was detected, you know. I hope this is clear. For example, the lever shaft, no, the other one was the pressure valve, or the one that is shown there, the right shaft. What is that? Right shaft right here. The right shaft, it failed 11 times, and the failure was detected 10 times. Let's see, 3 times. Sorry, 3 times. So this is just basically these numbers, what they are useful for. Why these numbers are useful? They are useful because it's gonna be with this information, it will be possible to compute, as I said before, the risk priority number, right? So here we have occurrences, right? The occurrences, and here we have even clearer, you know, how many times the components fail and how many times the failure was detected, right? So right here on the next slide, this is in the case study. We have here the failure causes analysis and results, and this I'm talking about this raised priority number, and the priority number is calculated. Let me see here if I have another right here, but I want to show you that in more detail. I'll go over here in more detail later. Just let me show you this already here. The priority, the RPN number or risk priority number is already calculated. See, we have the components I mean, versus the risk priority number. So we have the risk priority number or RPN number right here, and here the component. So the template is the one that failed the most, you know, actually. So when you multiply all these, when you multiply, I want to show you what you have to compute in order to get, in this case, for example, even higher than 900. Then we have the rollers, almost 980, 800 and something. Then we have a TD piston, you know, this is the risk priority number. That is, you know, when you multiply all these, multiply number of lines component failed, when it was detected, but I'm going to show you exactly what you have to multiply in order to get this priority number or risk priority number. So this is a method to analyze how many times, you know, a component failed, right, in order to determine the life cycle of any component of this, in this case of a fuel pump or diesel engine, right? So then we have here, for example, this one, the adjusting plot is very low, it's almost 1, 2, you know, the risk priority number, so it's actually it didn't fail, you know, but these ones are the most critical ones, right? So here we have a template, rollers, TD piston, and all of them fail, you know, the most, and what we have a very high priority number according to this computation. But what are the values that you have to keep in mind in order to get the risk priority number? Maybe this slide should be first than the graph bar that I showed you, but it doesn't matter, it's okay. We have here the component again, always of the list of components of the fuel pump, the failure mode, important that because this failure causes, of course, not just to calculate the risk priority number, but so you have to keep in mind the failure mode. This is because of friction. For example, the template, one of the most critical part components, there is a pitting or rusting, you know, pitting or rusting. This is the failure mode that causes the possible causes that it has of course effect. Of course, they have an effect that is the running fuel supply in this case. So you have S, you know, S, O, and D. Occurrence, detection, you know, occurrence and detection, and D, or occurrence, detection, and this one. All right. So we have here S, for example, 4 in this case. So let's concentrate on this one. Template S7 plus 15 plus, I'm sorry, not plus, it's multiply. It's no addition, right? I don't have to add nothing. I have to multiply. Is 7 S plus 15 plus 9 equals 945, right? You wanna, let me check it. I'm gonna check it very quickly here. I'm gonna check it and confirm if it is that right. You have S is occurrence detection, right? You have here this value for S is 7, right? Times, it's multiply, right? Times 15 and times 9. We have 945, right? So that's what we have here in the case of the CAM plate. Sorry, because I'm going back there, but this is just to make it clear. So there's 945 in the case of the CAM plate. So that is the way you calculate the root's priority number, right? So you have here 945. Recommendation of the water mixes in a pure field, because you have here rusting and pitting, and I think I mentioned a couple of seconds ago that maybe moisture could be the cause of this problem, right? For example, this is the highest priority number that we have here. We have 882 that we have here S detection, this here occurrence. We have here avoid water mixes in impure field, the same, because it's 882, so it's 7 plus 7 times 14 times 9, that it is equals to 882. So all the priority numbers are calculated in this way. You have more information, of course, on this. You can email me and to try to find what the occurrence, detection, and stuff like that. Well, let me see here what else we have here. That's all in this case. But keep in mind that, for example, in the lever shaft, not the bright shaft torsional fatigue is the failure mode. This is another one that at the beginning is shown there. No motion transmission, this is the effect. The cause could be inapt, or inadequate, gear shifting strength reduction due to corrosion, and ensure the recommendation to ensure proper gear shifting by operator and avoid corrosion. So the priority number calculated was 330, because you also, again, S is 10. You establish the numbers. The researchers in this study established this number 10 plus, or times 11 times 3, that is equals to 330, right? This is the risk priority number. So this is a very interesting method to analyze the failure causes, and this is actually the results that are presented there. So as I told you, if you want more information on this, I can email you, of course, I can email you the paper, right? And there you can find even more details, but it's pretty much the results that were present or are presented in that study. So just let me know, email me, and of course I can email you back with the paper. And of course, if you have more questions and stuff regarding this case, just let me know. Thanks for your attention, and we'll see you on a next video class. Thank you.